go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like, I mean, there was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done different to get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was after, so it's cool.
The coaching staff message was
It's
it?
cool, bro.
What's up, guys? My name is Milos. Ja Morant recently got suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. This was coming right after a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers. In this game against the Los Angeles Lakers, he just didn't look good at all. He didn't look involved. He didn't look engaged. He didn't look like he wanted to be on the floor. First half, he only had 8 points. On the defensive side of the ball, he was just ball watching all the time. Literally, there would be times where the ball was passed to the corner and he would just not close out on that player. You could just tell he wasn't putting in any effort. He wasn't really focused on trying to win the game. I think this is due to whatever conversation him and the new head coach think this is between them why Ja Morant was not playing well. One thing I want to say about Ja Morant has shown he is not taking accountability. And I think that's the biggest issue in him as a player. The first thing I want to go over, the whole gun suspension where he was suspended for 25 games. That was a dumb decision. And then later on being fined for multiple gun gestures and just being like a menace, I guess, to the league. He doesn't take accountability. And he was blaming coaches for the loss last night. And I think this coach is just trying to involve everyone on the team and also figure out a new offense for the Memphis Grizzlies, because the Memphis Grizzlies haven't been playing well in the most recent years. When Ja Morant was early into this league, we looked at him like a face of this league, a potential face for this league. And this was before Wemby came around. This is before Paolo Banchero came around. But the Grizzlies were an up-and-coming team. We didn't look at them historically like OKC, but in terms of being like a young and winning team and an exciting team, we looked at the Memphis Grizzlies in that light. When Ja Morant is not playing well, he seems to not really take accountability, like I said again. His progression from the age of 20 to 22, it was looking like he was going to be the next face of this league. But from 23 to now 26, which he's still young and there's still time to improve, he's been declining ever since. Since the 2022-23 season, that season he averaged 26. Then the next season it dipped down to 25. The next season it dipped down to 23. And now currently he's averaging 20 points. And each of those years also dipped down in assists as well, averaging 8 assists. Then 8 assists again, then 7 assists, then 6.7. He just hasn't been progressing. And I think that's the biggest issue. He's looking to blame coaches for him not playing well. But the biggest issue is you're not playing well. And that's why I think he needs to take accountability on what's happening with this team. Grizzlies have a huge decision to make. In recent years, they traded Desmond Bane for 4 first-round picks. And then before that, they got rid of Dylan Brooks, traded him. Memphis Grizzlies organization has shown that in the draft, they can draft and spot young talent pretty well. You have the rookie right now, Cedric Howard, who's making a case for Rookie of the Year for being the best rookie in this draft class. And then you have guys like Gigi Jackson, who's a good player, Jalen Wells, another good player they drafted. When you think about how they're drafting in NBA draft, you got to think, are they looking to continue with the Ja Morant-led Grizzlies? And I think it kind of answered the question last season when they traded Desmond Bane that basically they might be moving on from a Ja Morant-led Grizzlies. Ja Morant, he's been paid by them a huge contract, but ever since that huge contract that he did sign, he hasn't been performing to the level of a superstar that the organization expected him to. Whether it be due to injuries, whether it be due to fines, suspensions, he just hasn't been showing up. You have a question if you're the Memphis Grizzlies again. Maybe you should trade him. Maybe you should trade Ja Morant and get pieces for him while his value is not completely plummeted, because his value has definitely plummeted a lot from what he used to be. We looked at Ja, I believe, like a top 15 player, especially in that 2022 season where it was his last All-NBA, his first All-NBA selection. I think Ja needed to prove this season that he is still like that level of player, especially with the most recent seasons that he's had. He hasn't been showing that. And the fact that he got into trouble again, and this is due to him not agreeing with what the coach is doing, I think that's bad. I think like you have to look to try and get better through this coach, because this is your new coach. Tomas Isolu, if you look up his background, he's always been like a discipline level person and basically no nonsense. And I think he expects that from every single player, especially his superstar, because he's expecting his superstar to be a leader for this team and show leadership qualities for this team so they can follow suit behind Ja Morant. The issue is he hasn't been doing that. When you're not doing that, that means you're not taking accountability or responsibility of what you're supposed to do for this team. I don't want to make it like a Bass Ja session. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. You signed over $190 million, I believe, contract. Like, you have to show up. You have to play well. But the Grizzlies could be sick of him and decide to trade him. Now, if they decide to trade him, the problem is, what are you going to get back for him? What's his value? And Ja right now, he's shown that he's not on that top 15 level. He's not on that top 20 level. And as a superstar status, he's not a superstar. So you have to decide whether you should trade him or whether you should figure out the situation with him and try and win with him. Because if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, you have to make that decision, especially when his contract, he still has like 3 to 4 years left with this team. So the Grizzlies have to make a decision of whether to trade him or keep him, because he's here for the long run regardless. If you get the best value out of him and it's potentially now, then you might have to trade him. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Hopefully Ja can actually just perform well. I don't want to see him traded. I think the Grizzlies and him should look to work it out and try and build off this team. But let me know y'all thoughts. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, share the video with a friend. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later. Peace.